Hey everyone, it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Hope you guys are having a great Friday. And we have to talk about, we haven't done an update about Josh Duggar and his ongoing case in Arkansas related to a property purchase where the plaintiff, Mr. Carl Eccles, is claiming that Josh and his company, ALB Investments, fraudulently purchased a piece of property that he had been living on for a number of years. And through this whole process, there's been a lot of stuff that's happened. Anna got disposed. He was disposed. His lawyer was thrown off the court case. Yeah, that's right. So only a few weeks ago, the court got rid of his lawyer, Travis Story, because Travis Story apparently had misled the court about being a member or a board member of ALB Investments. Shortly after this lawsuit happened, Travis Story apparently said that he wasn't on this board. He claimed that he falsely filed documents claiming that he was a member of this company. Well, the judge said, I don't buy it. Travis, you're disqualified. So now there's a lot of stuff going on, all these motions going on, and then there's this massive delay. This case has literally been going on for years and years and years. Of course, in Josh Duggar land, that's a good thing because, he's never held accountable for anything. Seriously. Okay, so they throw off his court. They throw out his lawyer. Anna is disposed. He's disposed. Now the court case has been pushed out until next year. It was supposed to go to trial in only a few days. But no, because of everything that's going on in the state of the world, the court actually moved the court case to win February 24th of 2021. I'm not even kidding. This case was filed so long ago. It was supposed to go to trial on April 27th, and now, due to what's going on in the world, this case is delayed once again and was now going to court on February 24th, 2021 at 8:45 a.m. for a 3-day trial. This guy has more luck than anyone I've ever met, okay? It's crazy. Now, in the middle of all of this, the court case is delayed, and what happens next? Well, Josh gets a little bit thrifty or crafty, and he decides that he's going to file this motion called a motion in limine, and he wants the court to order that Carl Eccles not ever mention him. Imagine the arrogance of this man. A man that has been and done so many things that are shady. And this is why he doesn't want him to talk about it. So here's what they file. They say, it comes by that they undersigned counsel, blah, blah, blah. They want the petitioner, Carl Eccles, to refrain from making any direct or indirect references whatsoever in person by counsel or through witnesses to the evidence herein specified on mentions of the previously dismissed parties, which is Josh Duggar. His business is now being sued. Josh, as a party of this lawsuit, was dismissed, but he literally is the only member of this company other than Travis Story. And then they have title of ALB's property, exclude the use of redemption deed in 7-year calculation, all this stuff, right? So this is what they say. They want them to prohibit any evidence or references before and during the pendency of this trial currently scheduled or in any subsequent trials, that they not be allowed to mention his name. Seriously. You can't talk about me. You can't talk about me. I don't want you to hear about it. You can't say what I've done before. You can't say anything that I'm involved in. You can't mention my name because I'm not a party to this lawsuit, which is insane. Please disregard all the shady things that I do in my life. If there happens to be an ongoing investigation into something else, maybe his car lot or issues with the car lot when it comes to the city of Springdale. Yeah, that's right. He had this massive issue with his car lot with the city of Springdale, with issues with how it was permitted. He wasn't permitted at first. He didn't even have it set up to be a business. They didn't have the right addresses listed. Like, he and the city of Springdale were fighting for such a long time about that car lot, and now that car lot literally doesn't exist. Why? Because the Department of Homeland Security is literally investigating him. So Josh is like, so yeah, could you just like not mention me or any of the stuff I do that might or might not be shady? Because I'm not on this lawsuit, bitch. I'm kind of on the lawsuit, but I'm not. So just think of me as ALB Investments. Don't think of me as Josh Duggar. And the court was basically like, you're denied. Denied. So Josh attempted to have them throw out and not speak about him, and that just didn't work. Do you think that, like, in the world of Josh Duggar, this is like what he just does constantly, just files motion after motion after motion after motion? He does. That's all he does. He's been filing so many motions. Like, he just responded to a motion a few days ago where he was like saying that his lawyer wasn't disqualified for lying. Like, Josh Duggar, have you been coddled so much in your life that, like, you think that the world revolves around you? You have been in trouble with the city for, like, the way you structured your business. You are currently under investigation by the Department of Homeland Security and ICE investigators. You have admitted in a police report to doing things to your sister. You have literally never been held responsible for anything. When a person that claims to have hooked up with you filed a lawsuit against you, you allegedly paid her off by giving her a new car. And then when she dropped the case and said, just because I dropped the case doesn't mean it didn't happen, you guys all claimed vindication. You have admitted to being involved with online activities that are not becoming of someone of your faith, and you cheated on your wife like a million times. So we're supposed to ignore all of these indiscretions and like think that maybe, you know, someone who's that shady wouldn't potentially fraudulently buy a piece of property and not do their due diligence and do the right title check and basically swoop up and pick up this property that had someone living on it and had title to the property. My mind goes numb when I think about these people. And I feel like in the background, Jim Bob's probably just like, you're never going to get him. You're never going to get him. Never going to get it. Like that in Vogue song, remember? Like, you're never going to get it. Like, that's how I imagine Jim Bob Duggar. Like, every single win that they get, it's like constant. Now, he did lose in court when it comes to his case against the city related to them releasing documents about what he did as a child. And now it appears he's lost his another motion regarding, so his attorney's kicked off, and Travis Story, might I add, is the attorney that apparently loves to clean up Josh's messes, must be one of Jim Bob Duggar's go-to attorneys for all things Josh Duggar. So I just feel bad for the plaintiff, to be honest, in this case. This case has been going on forever. And the property, apparently, he's never been there. He's never done anything with the property. He hasn't, like, done any development on the property. It's just sitting there. So if he's not doing anything with the property, why doesn't he just give up the property and be like, dude, you were right. Just let this man have his peace. He has lived on this property for years. What serves you to like stay in this lawsuit with this guy for what? To prove your point that you didn't do your, like, oh yeah, I did the right title search? It makes no sense to me. I always get this feeling that, like, maybe in this area, now this is just my opinion, that this is how they do things. Like, if you don't give me what I want, I'm just going to make your life a legal hell. Like, oh, you released Josh's documents, we're going to sue you. Oh, you released redacted information and the internet sleuths figured out which girls were involved with it, we're going to sue you. We allegedly fraudulently purchased this property. We're going to just drown you in legal paperwork. I hate when rich people do this kind of stuff. And I know that this family has so much money. I just hate that This is the same family. It's so hypocritical to me in so many different ways. And this is just me on a rant right now. But like, this is the family that wants their children to have no outside, like contact, doesn't want them to trust anyone, doesn't want them to watch TV, doesn't want them to be involved in social media, doesn't allow the girls to pick their own husbands. But then, and makes them distrust the government, even though Jim Bob is like served as a House representative and then lost his Senate bill. Like, in the one breath, he doesn't want anyone to trust the government and doesn't want his kids to like believe that like the here and now matters and it's all living for God. But then when it's to his advantage, like being a congressman or a House of Representatives, not a congressman, sorry, a House of Representatives person or running for Senate, then it suits him. Or, I don't want you to watch TV, but if it suits me and I can make millions of dollars, let's go on TV so I can push my cult and get more people to join. And now he's got this boy, Josh, by the way, who has 6 kids. Yeah, that's right. Living in the she shed in the backyard. Josh sold his house, lives in the property, the she shed. I don't think Josh even has a job. Like, Josh's business is done. This AMLB Investments doesn't probably do much of anything. How does Josh afford all of this stuff? They're always posting photos of the kids with these cute clothes, these very expensive rain boots. And I'm like, where is all of this money coming from? Josh is clearly not working if his car lot is not in business anymore. And I'm sure he sold a whole lot of cars from that lemon factory. He's like the stain on this family's, I don't know, maybe the stain is the whole family. No, not the whole family. They can't all be bad, right? Josh Duggar, will he ever be held responsible for anything? Well, you'll just have to stay tuned and wait to see. I'll be back later with more. Bye, guys.